is I'd like to bring Brent Eccles from Eccles Entertainment to the front, please. Good morning.
Start it off. All right, here we go. One way. My name is Brent Eccles. I was born in Auckland at 32 Stamford Park Road, Mount Roskill. I am an independent concert promoter and booking agent. I have 53 years experience in the contemporary music industry. Along with my business partner, Campbell Smith, similar experience, but who won't admit to being as old as me. We were inspired to present this proposal to you, a proposal to make the Bowl at Western Springs Stadium a viable concert venue for contemporary music. Our inspiration is the Hollywood Bowl. Our inspiration is to bring to life an existing Auckland asset with its own place in the landscape of New Zealand concert venues. Western Springs is a rare asset for a major city, a large capacity, central, easily accessible, a natural amphitheatre with flat grassed areas, concrete terraces, toilet facilities, and permanent ticket entry gates. Few other cities have anything like this that we have at the Springs. Those that do, such as the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles or Red Rocks in Denver, they hold them close. With the speedway track now gone and grassed, the barrier wall painted, it has taken on another dimension. Once we had a permanent stage in its traditional iconic position and VIP structures, it comes to life. It's an extremely attractive venue to agents, promoters, managers, artists worldwide in the 10,000 to 30,000 capacity range. It's iconic. It has an astounding history and stands apart from yet another show in the sports stadium. Together with the outer fields, the entire precinct will be very enticing to festival promoters, as it was for the final big day out, Auckland City Limits, and now for Laneway Festival. So why Western Springs? Campbell and I can see a gap in the market for a cost-effective general admission 10,000 to 30,000 capacity venue with a permanent stage and 3 sets of Kiwi-style VIP infrastructure. The emphasis on general admission, in other words, no reserved seating. With the cost equation and the general admission capacity, we know this will be appealing to international agents and promoters who make decisions about where artists play and bottom line viability. Our proposal sits in conjunction with Ponsonby Rugby Club. Brian Williams, great respect. We intend to use the venue in summer and in turn Ponsonby Rugby Club use it in the winter, and we can share existing and new infrastructure. For example, our stage platform would become a corporate VIP hosting area for Ponsonby Rugby Club right outside their club rooms. Traditional sports stadiums, Eden Park, Go Media, North Harbour, are not built for concerts, nor with them in mind. They take a lot of money and labour to turn them into concert venues, and in our experience, only not financially viable for 30,000 and less capacity shows. So what is the biggest cost? The stage with its accompanying infrastructure and labour is hundreds of thousands of dollars. No sports stadium has a permanent stage. Every show in a sports stadium requires a start-from-scratch stage build. The same applies to so-called greenfield sites such as the Domain. Now, there are certain acts that will always play Eden Park. At 60,000 capacity, so they should. The top end of a touring artist like Sir Paul McCartney, Coldplay, Pink, Billy Joel, Taylor Swift, the Rolling Stones. I could go on. It's the perfect environment for them. But the same venue at 10 to 30,000 is not viable. A quick look at Western Springs show history. The first show I saw there was Creedence Clearwater Revival in 1973, then Led Zeppelin, Joe Cocker, Three Dog Night, David Bowie, the Rolling Stones, many, many more. Bob Marley, ZZ Top, Pink Floyd, the Police, Rod Stewart, Foo Fighters, AC/DC, Bruce Springsteen, and so on. Also, Crowded House, and then we put in 660, who once again brought Western Springs to the attention of the world. Artists love great venues, and we are sure word will spread fast. And my business represents 32 New Zealand artists, including 660, Fat Pretty Drop, Marlon Williams, and Katie Bell. Campbell and I are very proud New Zealanders. In fact, very proud Aucklanders. We're independent, New Zealand owned, and have spent most of our lives supporting the New Zealand music industry. We are lifers. It's almost as if our collective experience has brought us to this meeting today. We don't make our proposition lightly. We hope you will join us to make this a success, the success it deserves to be, alongside Ponsonby Rugby Club, the city, and the contemporary music concert goers of New Zealand. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I've got a question from Councillor Watson.
Thank you, Mr. Eccles, for your presentation. I understand as a proponent of option 2, you've been providing some advice to Tātaki along the way. I wonder if you just could clear up an issue for me. When this item went out to the local boards on the 18th of March, we were told that the commercial structure for CRS Records and Eccles Entertainment provides for you being remunerated for your contribution by way of a profit share from the concert events, and that seems to have changed in this agenda into something a little bit different, whereby where it's quite a different commercial arrangement that's being anticipated. Are you able to provide a comment on that?
Well, thanks for your question. Sort of. I mean, I do need to get paid. I need to live. So, but the actual detail of that has not been settled.
Okay. So the assertion in the first time came out said that a profit share had essentially that was the way it was going to roll out. This one now is, you're saying, it's an arrangement that is to be negotiated in the future. There's nothing.
Yeah, so we spent a lot of time on the profit share. I'm not familiar with that, but we spent a lot of time in thinking about how we can make the venue a better venue, and months and months and months, and talking to Tātaki about it. When it comes down to it, I'd like to be paid. I need to live. So, but that arrangement hasn't been settled.
Sorry, final question. And are you contemplating putting in any investment in you or Campbell?
My investment's IP.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Turner, please.
Thank you very much. Just a couple of questions. I heard you say that we were going to have Kiwi-style VIP structures. What do you mean by that?
Well, if you look at the, you can do this two ways. You can spend an awful lot of money to spend something that doesn't really work. So we look at the venue, look at the layout of it, and go, in the terraces, if you added a riser on the terraces and put some boxes in there like the tennis, and just have an umbrella and room for like 4 or 6 people, and they have full service. That's one. So it doesn't take much infrastructure. 2 would be a barbecue area on Hauraki Hill, like a barbecue party idea on Hauraki Hill. Again, very little infrastructure. And then if you use this current Speedway corporate box as a entertaining area, then when the show starts, bring them down to the front of the stage. There's another VIP area there. So they actually exist. With a little bit of work, they can make them great. What's happening today at concerts in general is the VIP is very, very popular. So venues, if they want to compete in that area, have to make interesting VIP. And we're not talking about a corporate box like at Eden Park. That's a different thing. This is more with your mates and having a good time, but separate from the public. It's a Kiwi idea.
Thank you. I have seen a graphic of it. good to hear of good old Kiwi ingenuity. But
Yeah.
then on the other side of that, this council's just committed millions of dollars to upgrading Eden Park to deliver those sorts of structures. So I'm not a muso by any means, but while I heard you talking, you named a whole bunch of super big vans and people that I've heard of in my Springsteen was the only one I wrote down. Is this not direct conflict to Eden Park?
No, if you look at the 10 to 30,000 capacity and general admission, not reserved seating, there's a whole market there that those acts could not play Eden Park. It's not viable. They would lose money.
So you
So
mentioned
the way to
why?
make it viable is to put a permanent stage in and make it as turnkey as you possibly can. Because Western Springs already has a lot of great assets. It has the terraces, it has the GA field, has gates already. So the cost of putting a show on there is much, much less than Eden Park.
So
That's
you
the
are in
whole-
competition with Eden Park?
Pardon?
You are in competition with Eden Park?
No,
too?
no, because Eden Park would not attract. If you had an artist that was going to do 25,000, there's no way you would consider Eden Park.
Not what Eden Park tells us. Thank you.
But no,
Thank you.
I can tell you, I can tell you because I know. I see the budgets. I know the bottom line. But it's like, if you're going to sell 1,000 tickets, you would go to the power station or Bruce Mason. You wouldn't go to the town hall because it's only half the venue. Agents will not put artists in a venue that's half sold.
Okay, thank
Sorry.
you.
Councillor Newman.
Good morning. Give me an argument as to why my ratepayers in my ward in South Auckland should be funding a stage as opposed to the event promoters themselves.
Oh, well, the way that the rental goes is that the stage is included in the rental of the venue. So I don't think the ratepayers are paying for the use of the venue, of the stage at the concert. There's still a concert budget with costs. The way we go to market saying, here is a venue with a stage, it's already there, all that cost is way down. That's the attractive part of it. And the ratepayers don't pay for the stage.
Okay, and so what about the event promoter? What risk does the event promoter take? I mean, I'm not a particularly fun person, so I don't know your industry very well, but explain to me why the cost should be borne by someone other than the event promoter.
It is.
Not the capital cost of the stage in the first place. It's a permanent structure.
Well, okay, so there is a stage that exists that we can put in there, needs to be put in there in the first place.
By someone other than the event promoter.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good.
Well, once it's in there, the proposition for a promoter bringing shows in is de-risked and more attractive at that size venue.
It's de-risked to the event promoter, but,
Yes.
but okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the presentation. I'll move that we receive this.
I've got a question, Mr. Mayor.
We don't have it. You went on here. Okay. Pay attention.
Thank you. Thank you. In terms of the stage, you've referred to it 3 times as permanent, and yet Tātaki is telling us it's semi-permanent. Can you explain the difference?
Okay, that's a good question. In terms of a concert promoter who wants to put a show in there, we're selling the venue as a permanent stage. They're not having to pay the labour or huge setup costs of putting a stage in. We're selling it as a permanent stage. In reality, it will go in and can be taken out at any time possibly. But in terms of how we're selling the actual venue to promoters, it has a permanent stage.
Okay, so for us, it's semi-permanent, but for the promoters, it's permanent. Okay, I'll get my head around that one. The next question is, you reel off a galaxy of stars that have performed at Western Springs, and you want to bring us back to those halcyon years. Is that what you're...
No, I was just saying that's the history. Most of those artists I've referred to were played in Park because it's a, you know,
Okay, let's settle on the Rolling Stones. So you weren't talking, so
Rolling Stones.
Okay, I missed your
Rolling
point.
Stones came to New Zealand. I played in
we
Park.
know about the famous Rolling Stones concert and others. Now, that took place with Speedway. And my question to you is, could you consider an option where you could work with Speedway? Should the council, listening to the public, decide to bring Speedway back? Do you think your model could, modified model could work in that sense?
This is predicated on there being no Speedway.
Sorry?
This is predicated on there being no Speedway.
No Speedway. All right, okay. Now, just one more question. The VIP facilities which you emphasise, Kiwi VIP, which is somehow different from foreign VIPs. But anyway, or whatever. Kiwi VIPs, the key aspect of it is not just a special service, but separation. So they've got a separate area. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you could fence off Hauraki Hill. The corporate facility of Western Springs, the Speedway corporate facility is there as a separate entity anyway. And then the terraces you could, by fencing and you could demarcate that as a separate area. Yes, you could.
Okay. So VIP Kiwis separated from ordinary Kiwis. Is that really the Kiwi way? Is that the way we like to think of ourselves when we use that term Kiwi? Because it's quite loaded and sentimental.
I'm sorry, but I think you completely misinterpret what I'm saying.
It's all recorded, so we can go over it. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to move that we receive the public input from Brent Eccles regarding the future use of Western Springs, and it'll be seconded by Councillor Baker. All those in favour, please say aye. Contrary, carried. Thank you very much, Mr. Eccles. I would like to.
Just a
leave
point of
public input.
clarification. Well, it's a misrepresent. I don't want to take a whole point of order, but I don't think Councillor Turner suggested there was we were investing millions in Eden Park. That's not a correct statement, is it? Because it's on the record, the council's not investing millions in Eden.
Okay, thank you for that. Ponsonby Rugby Club have a public input.
Referring to the 10 million that went in earlier.
Was it 45 million lines sitting there? Plus 10 million from the ARC.
Can you behave, you guys? Public input from Ponsonby Rugby Club. I'll ask Peter Thorpe and Barrett Blaylock.